How to simulate your stylized hair. Step 1. Import your character. Let the CC plugin create a control rig and set up the shaders. In the FBX import window, leave everything at default. Remember to check import morph targets. The skeletal mesh should be bald. We will combine the hair and the body in a blueprint actor. Let's import the hair FBX. Default FBX import settings, but remember to change it to skeletal mesh. Open up the blueprint actor for the character. Drag and drop the skeletal mesh onto the face component. The hair's origin point is located in the same location as the head bone in the skeleton. Let's find the parent head, turn it 90 degrees so it's rotated the correct way. Let's do the same thing for the ponytail. Attach it to the head bone so it follows the head. Rotate 90 degrees. Moving forward, we need the skeletal mesh editing tools enabled. Go to plugins, search for skeletal. If it's not enabled, enable it. If it's enabled, then ignore this. If prompted, restart the engine. Open up the skeletal mesh. Under the view settings, we can go to bones and then show all hierarchy. We can also go back to view settings, bones, and choose multicolored bones. This makes it easier to see what we're doing. Now, with the editing tools enabled, go to the skeleton. First, select the root bone of the ponytail. Then make sure that scale is set to 1. Go to add, and from the side view, add some bones in the mesh, preferably in the middle. Then go to front view, and then align each bone so it's completely centered. Select the top joint, and then by holding down Shift, select the last joint in the chain. Right click and rename the bone. Rename it to ponytail _ hashtag. And the hashtag will be replaced by the amount of bones in the chain. Let's go to skin, bind skin. Lower the influence down to just 1. Reset the stiffness scale and apply. Let's head over to edit weights. Select the relax brush and then switch to volume. And just relax the weights on each bone. And I'm going to increase the radius for the rest of the bones and then smooth everything. So the transition when the bones rotates looks a bit smoother. We can have a look at the final result. Let's right click on the skeletal mesh. Go to create, physics asset, create and assign. Default settings are fine. Let's select all of the joints in the chain. And let's go down and lower the radius of the capsules a bit, so the collision looks a bit better. Select the top constraint and change the physics type to kinematic. This will make sure that the bone doesn't simulate. Select the other bones and change them to simulated because we want those to simulate. Hit simulate to see how it looks as of right now. This looks terrible. Select only the constraints between each physics body. Change each angular limit to locked, and we will do one at a time. Let's start with the swing motion. This one is actually the twist, so I'm going to lower the limit to 5%. Next, do the swing 2 motion. That's the sideways rotation. I'm going to do 15%, except for the top one, which I'll do 10% instead. Let's go back to the constraints. And finally, the twist motion is actually the front and back movement. So I'm going to lower this to something like 10. In the angular drive mode, let's change it from slurp to twist and swing. Enable twist, swing. Let's increase to 5000% to make the hair keep its original shape a bit better. And then let's also increase the dampening so it flows more smoothly. Don't forget to re-enable the angular locks to limited. Let's drag out the skeletal mesh into the world to preview the simulation. As you can see, it looks pretty great. However, if I can have your attention here, if you have a look at the blueprint, nothing is simulating. And that's because we need to change a setting. Open up the blueprint, go to the Ponytail, and search for collision. Here under presets, you need to select a collision preset. Let's choose Ragdoll. Compile and save. Now we can preview, and you can see that the simulation is working. I'm going to add an animation just to see the final result. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. If it was, please give it a like and maybe consider subscribing. That helps me a lot. If you have any questions about this process, please let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.